Hello and welcome to Prep Eve, where we revolutionize how you prepare for IELTS. I have so far not introduced myself officially on our YouTube channel. However, I think today is a great day to do so. You might ask me why, so let me tell you the answer. This lazy person right here has managed to get her regulated Canadian immigration consultant license framed and put it up on this wall and finally managed to grace this office space. Yes, this was lying in that particular corner for months now. So that is the reason why I think today would be a good day to introduce me. So here we go. My name is Sanjita and I'm the co-founder of Prep Eve and also a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, which basically means that I am licensed by the Canadian government to assist clients from all across the globe with immigration related services. Apart from that, if you have been a subscriber of our YouTube channel, you probably already know that I'm not only certified to train for the IELTS test by both British Council and IDP, but also I'm trained for the CELPEP test. Yes, I'm a trained CELPEP instructor as well. So if you have any doubts and issues related to any of these English proficiency tests, or you want to discuss your immigration profile or cases with us, then you know where to go, who to reach out to. So let's get started with the agenda of the day, which is listening module. So far, we have discussed two types of questions in this particular playlist. So let's get started with the next type, which is map completion. So this is one of those kinds of questions wherein students face a lot of issues with understanding how to follow the audio. So let's break that down with the step-by-step approach. So the very first thing that you have to do in such questions is to check the location of each number on your map. So your map would have certain numbers written on it. Sometimes it's 1 till 5, sometimes it's 1 till 7. So it really depends upon your test questions. However, what you have to do is you have to read all the labelings properly. So check the location of each number and then read all the labelings. So some labelings will also be done, for example, parking area, or it could say stairs or something of that sort. So you should also look out for labeling. Then you have to think of language that might be used to describe the location. So if the location is of a hospital, then the vocabulary used would be different from the location being Taj Mahal. So if it's Taj Mahal, obviously, vocabulary would be different. If it's a hospital, it will be different. If it's an airport, it would be different. So as soon as you get to know that, okay, it's an airport, it's a hospital, it's Taj Mahal, or let's say it's a library, you should think of the vocabulary or the words that would be used to describe that particular location. Look for any arrows on the map and listen to the directions carefully. This is very important. So we need to know the directions: north, south, east, west, and then we also need to know what is northeast, what is northwest, and then it's also important to know which direction are you in. If you're going in this direction, then this would be your left and this would be your right. If you're going in this direction, this would be your left and this would be your right. So wherever you're going, wherever your head or face is facing, you have to imagine yourself there and then see to your left and right. So be very particular about the directions. Answer to the questions will come in order. This is very important. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If the labeling is like this in a map, they will move in a logical order. And if they are talking about the first one, if they've mentioned first one in the audio, they'll then mention the second one and not the seventh one. Okay, so they'll go in order. They will not jump. So if you have gotten the answer to the first one and the third one, then that means you have missed the answer to the second question. So please be mindful of that. So the answer for question number 1 will come before the answer for question number 2 in the recording, which means it will be in the same order. Most map recordings are similar to guided tour, which follows a logical order. So the order is logical, as I've already mentioned, and they will also share a lot of extra information. It is done in all the different types of listening questions, so please be aware of the fact that there will be extra information, and extra information basically means that this information is mentioned or is being spoken just to distract you, okay, and it will have no answers whatsoever. So please keep these things in your mind, and now let's start solving the question. Plan, map, diagram, labeling. So all these three have the same strategy. The very first thing that we have to do is read the instructions. It says label the plan below, choose 5 answers from the box and write the correct letters A till I next to the question. So now please be mindful of the fact that you do not have to write the complete words that are mentioned here. You just have to pick the letter from A till I and write the answers. You do not have to write the entire word. The second thing that we have to do is read the title so that we know what is the map about. So map is about a town library. Now think about the language that will be used in case of a library. Then third is we have to locate for arrows, numbers, as well as labels. So let's quickly do that. Here we have an arrow, which basically means we are standing at the entrance. We are right here, and when the audio starts, the speaker will take you from this point forward. Okay, so this is your starting point, and if this is the arrow, this will be your left side, this will be your right side. On the right hand side we have librarian's desk, then we'll have the library office, we have the non-fiction area here, library area here, and fiction here. 13 would be spoken about in the audio. Then we have the seminar room here. Now since we are entering from this side, the order would be 11, 12, 13, 14 and then 15. So please listen to the audio carefully. The answers will appear in the same order. So you'll get the answer to the 11th question, then 12th, then 13, then 14, then 15. Okay, this is the order you'll hear the answers in. So keep that very clear and be mindful of it. Then fourth is directions. Now here, if you're entering this space, obviously 11th would be on the left hand side, 12th will be on the right hand side, so you know where you're facing. So your face is towards the north side, and this will be left and this will be right. So please remember this. Now I'm going to play the audio, but I will not tell you the answers right away. I will lead you through the map or the plan. So what I'll do is I'll use my stylus or my pen to basically tell you what the audio is talking about, and that way you can come up with the answers. So please pay attention, try to solve it, and after we have heard the audio, I'll tell you the answers. I'm not going to tell you the answers right now. So let's get started. Please listen to the audio carefully.
You'll hear the librarian of a new town library talking to a group of people who are visiting the library.
Okay, everyone. So, here we are at the entrance to the town library. My name is Anne, and I'm the chief librarian here. And you'll usually find me at the desk just by the main entrance here. So, I'd like to tell you a bit about the way the library is organised and what you'll find where. And you should all have a plan in front of you. Well, as you see, my desk is just on your right as you go in. And opposite this, the first room on your left has an excellent collection of reference books and is also a place where people can read or study peacefully. Just beyond the librarian's desk on the right is a room where we have up-to-date periodicals such as newspapers and magazines. And this room also has a photocopier, in case you want to copy any of the articles. If you carry straight on, you'll come into a large room, and this is the main library area. There is fiction in the shelves on the left and non-fiction materials on your right, and on the shelves on the far wall, there is an excellent collection of books relating to local history. We're hoping to add a section on local tourist attractions too, later in the year.
Later.
Through the far door in the library, just past the fiction shelves, is a seminar room, and that can be booked for meetings or talks. And next door to that is the children's library, which has a good collection of stories and picture books for the under 11s. Then there's a large room to the right of the library area. That's the multimedia collection, where you can borrow DVDs and so on. And we also have CD-ROMs you can borrow to use on your computer at home. It was originally the art collection, but that's been moved to another building. And that's about it. Oh, there's also the library office on the left of the librarian's desk. Okay. Now, does anyone have any questions? Yes, thank you, sir.
Alright, so I hope you were able to get the answers, at least majority of the answers. So before I go ahead with the audio script, I would read the audio script because right now this session is not interactive. I cannot hear you guys. So I'll just read the audio script. Something that I missed out on, which was not very important, but you could do, is that you quickly scan through all of these options. So just read through these options. It says art collection, children's book, computers, local history collection, meeting room, multimedia, periodicals, reference books, and tourist information. Okay, and this was L and this was R. I hope you guys figured it out. And then I was marking all of these areas as it was being spoken in the audio. So that is how you have to read the map or navigate through the map. Okay, so let's read the audio script. It says, you will hear the librarian of a new town library talking to a group of people who are visiting the library. Now this is a tape script. This is something that you will not get in the exam. In the exam you will only hear the audio. I am reading through it so that I can explain the answers to you, because right now this is a YouTube video which is pre-recorded and I cannot interact with you guys. However, if you attend our classes which will be conducted on Zoom, they are 100 times more interactive than this. In those classes we don't use tape scripts, we play the audio again and again. So this is how YouTube would work, because I cannot hear you guys. I wouldn't know whether you have understood or not. So again, look out for extra information. There would be extra info to distract you and you have to ignore it. Okay everyone, so here we are at the entrance to the town library. My name is blah blah blah. I'm the chief librarian and you'll usually find me at the desk just by the main entrance. So these are the keywords and I am putting a box on them, because this is how I knew that okay, this is here, she is talking about this part of the map, she's now moving to this part of the map, so on and so forth, just by the main entrance here. So I'd like to tell you a bit about the way the library is organized and what you will find where. And you should all have a plan in front of you. So we have a plan in front of us. So far this was some extra information. Well, as you see, my desk is just on your right. So it was important to know the direction. This was right, this is left, so this is on the right hand side. As you go in and opposite, so this is another keyword. Opposite basically means that she is now talking about 11. On the opposite, so she's used two keywords. One is opposite, this is the first room on the left. So if you missed opposite, you know now she's talking about the left hand side. Left has excellent collection of reference books and is also a place where people can read or study peacefully. Just beyond the librarian's desk on the right, again direction, is a room where we have up-to-date periodicals such as newspapers and magazines, and this room also has a photocopier in case you want to copy any of the articles. So she's talking about something on the right hand side of the librarian's desk, which is the 12th one. This is towards the right of the desk. So 12th one is periodicals. Okay, so the first one was it reference books? So we have the answer here. This would be H, 12th one would be G, periodicals. And then we move on to the next one. It says, if you carry straight on, you will come into a large room. So straight and large room. So one hint is you have to go straight, which is when I used this arrow, and then there's a large room. So if you notice the entire plan, this is the largest room. So even if you missed out on the straight path, the second hint was the largest room. So we have to go to the largest room. And this is the main library area. This is your third hint, main library area. Okay. There is fiction in the shelves on the left and non-fiction material on your right. So fiction on the left, non-fiction on the right. And on the shelves on the far wall is an excellent collection of books relating to local history. Do you see local history in the options? Local history collection. So this becomes D. We are hoping to add a section, this is again extra information, they're trying to distract you, on local tourist attractions too. Now this is not the answer of anything because it will happen later in the year. This is about the future. We are not talking about the current library plan. Through the far door in the library just past the fiction shelf. So far door. Now far door is this one. If you're not able to spot the far door, they've told you it's right besides the fiction shelf. So it says just past the fiction shelf is a seminar room. So this is the seminar room. Okay, so you know that she has reached this point. Now we'll hear the answer to the 14th question and eventually the 15th question. That can be booked for meetings or talks, and next door to that is the children's library, which has a good collection of stories and picture books for under 11. So what would be the answer to 14? Children's books, right? B. Then we have the next sentence. Then there's a large room to the right of the library area. Now we go back to the library area and see what is on right of this large room, the 15th one. Okay. That's the multimedia collection where you can borrow videos and DVDs and so on. And we also have CD-ROMs you can borrow to use on your computer at home. It was originally the art collection. Now this is again a distractor. Originally means they're talking about the past. Here they were talking about the future. Here they're talking about the past. But that's been moved to another building. It's no longer in your map or in your plan right now. That's why it's a distraction. And that's about it. Oh, there's also a library office. So initially when I was marking this, I thought I missed out library office, but she never talked about the library office. She just spoke about it towards the very end. So once she was covering librarian desk in 12, I thought she'll move here, but she did not move here. She went all the way and came back here. So that's how it is in a logical order. And that's about it. Oh, there's also the library office on the left of the librarian's desk. Okay, now does anyone have any questions? That's it. So here these two can be easily eliminated: local tourist actions and art collections. So art collections goes away and tourist information. We are left with these other rooms, and we can easily mark the answers. Now you don't have to just listen to computers and meeting rooms. Listen to the entire thing and locate them on the map. Okay, so in case if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comment section below. And if you want me to play the audio again, that won't be possible. Again, this is not an interactive session, and I hate teaching listening like this. I mean, writing is still fine, speaking is also doable, reading can also be done kind of, but I really like interacting with my students. This seems very robotic to me. So yeah, I hope it's clear to you guys. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section, and if you want to listen to the audio again, just rewind and replay this particular video. All the best for your exam, and I'll be uploading another type of question tomorrow. So all the best, bye bye, take care. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, and if you wish to enroll into the classes, the numbers are given right below.